What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bear Rats and Buoys. I'm your host, Captain Gaige. This is episode 91. We are just 9 episodes away from the 100th episode of Bear Rats and Buoys, which means we're just 9 weeks away. That's exciting. We're going to have something big to give away as we ramp up to the 100th episode. We're going to make that one very special, for sure. So, this is Season 3. I am on the boat in my happy place. It's a beautiful day down here. The sun is hiding behind the clouds right now, which is good for the cameras. That'll keep them cool. Me and my son are down here. We got some rods in the water here while I'm doing this, just to see if anything's in the harbor, here in the marina and biting. And, of course, we've had something big run off with the clam. I'm going to say it was probably one of those bigger eels that are under the dock. One of those giant eels. But this thing took off, went around a pillar, and broke us off. It could have been a bass. Could have been. But, and then we caught a decent-sized porgy sitting here, setting up the equipment. So he's got some lines in the water now. I'll see them bend. They'll go off. Maybe I'll hit them with some B-roll and show you what's going on down here. But, man, it's been a couple of days since I've been out with the weather that we had, and I got out there on Saturday morning. Saturday was like one of the longest days of my life on the water. We'll get into that. That was a long day. But Chef Rob came into town from South Carolina, and he had Z with him, the Z-Bomb, and his daughter Zia. And she caught, a few years ago, one of the biggest bluefish ever caught on my boat. And just casting out into one of the back harbors, real quiet place to go. And it just cast it out into the middle. And next thing you know, she's screaming and fighting this huge fish, which was awesome. So he was in town, and he only had a window to get out on Saturday morning. So we went out real early. And I had a late day planned ahead of me as a commercial tow captain. So I wasn't happy about being down here on the boat at 6:30 in the morning, knowing I had to be here with some longevity on the water all day. But, man, we went out. We did it. We got out there. We're looking around. There was about 9 boats out there, 10 boats, tops. And we came across one school of bass, and we had dropped eels down into them. Nothing. And I got 2 other boats that are out there. Out of the 10 boats that were out there, 3 of them were members of the Bay Rats and Buoys Fishing Club. So we're all communicating. In fact, we had pulled up next to each other. We were all talking, and we hadn't seen much yet. So the word was out that the dolphin came through. And me and Corey have witnessed the mothers and the calves come through, They come out and forget about it. It's a spectacle to see, and everybody's videotaping it, posting it on Facebook. Look at the dolphins. I didn't know we get these here. It's every year we see them. They even come back into Northport Bay. They come into the bays. They come wherever they're going to get food, they're going to come in and feed. So they were here, and when they're here, all the fish take off. It's the cycle of life right there, the circle of life, right? Big fish eat little fish. So little fish, you're smaller than a dolphin, you're going to run. And that's what happened. We just didn't see anybody hooking up to any bass out there. And the dolphin came through and kind of shut it down. So we took a day or 2 off to kind of let it reset and see what it's going to be like when we get out there in the next day or 2. Hopefully we can find the fish. I did find them in the back bay. So once I knew the dolphin came through the sound, I did head into the back bays looking for them, and I did find them. And that's why being a member of the club is so crucial, because when you have a club like this, there are so many guys out fishing that the intel is just every day. Because there's guys out there every single day like myself that get out there and fish as much as we possibly can from now until the end of the season. Because it is a seasonal thing here, So you could head over to sandcitycharter.com and you could check out there. You can click on the menu there. It says Fishing Club. You can click on that, read about it, and get involved and show up to the next club meeting, which is just a ton of fun. In fact, when we left the last meeting, guys that had just signed up and were there for their first meeting, as we were all saying goodbye in the parking lot and whatnot at the restaurant, they were saying to me that they're really glad they joined. And it was nice to hear. We have a great group of guys, some amazing boats, amazing captains, amazing rods in there. Guys that really, really are dialed in on the fishing and all types of fishing. So, from the tuna to the surf, to everything we have in our area, which is really, really cool. So when we sit down at the table, the conversations never stop. There's never any dead air there. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of fun. Everybody's telling their stories, and it's great camaraderie. So if you want to get involved in the fishing club, head over to sandcitycharter.com, click on fishing club, and you can join the club. It's a ton of fun. And hopefully you get to a couple of the meetups, because it's a lot of fun. It really is. We look forward to it every month. Where we're going to probably have a couple more. We're not going to do them every month. We're probably going to have a few more added in there. We're going to have club tournaments. There's a lot of things to keep it going, and giveaways and whatnot. And we're working on the swag. The swag's coming out next. The webpage just got its upgrade. Things are upgrading, and we're upgrading for the swag. Here comes the swag. So what else? Anybody see any bluefish? There's a bunch of bluefish tournaments happening soon. Unfortunately, nobody let the bluefish know. So how could you have a tournament if nobody's catching that in this area? It's going to be really, really hard. Guys on the Connecticut side usually get into the Blues and the Wick tournament, and then you get guys in the Peconic are the only ones from New York that ever even get on the leaderboard. So it's out of the 20 people that are on the leaderboard, everybody's Connecticut, and you have one or two people out in the Peconic that make it onto the leaderboard. And every year we keep saying, we're going to shoot out to the Peconic. We're going to shoot out the Peconic. And we don't go out to the Peconic. We fish our area. We are going to hit the South Shore. We're going to hit the South Shore for tuna. I'm going to be out there. I'm definitely getting out there with Tuna Tom. We're going to get out there with the East End Anglers. We are taking this boat. The Hydra Yacht is getting out there and catching tuna this year, 100%. In fact, we're going to be doing that recently. So there you go. We got a fish on. He's here at the dock and catching some fish. At least the rod's bending. He's got one on now. I think it's going to be a porgy. And so get the kids down to the docks, guys. Get some clam in the water, and you'll catch some fish. Bring it up. What do you got? Yeah, bring him over here. Yeah, so there you go.
That's a nice.
He'll take the hook off. He'll release him, let him go. And he's catching some fish here at the dock. He's sitting on the boat. And one of them, something ran off. I mean, it ran. And it ran pretty high. I almost wanted to say it wasn't a eel because it took the line and ran, and it didn't, stay down like an eel, like an eel would. Continue to fight and pull down and back up. This thing took off into a pillar and just broke it off, which to me was either a striped bass or a bluefish. Hold him by the belly. And, so that's it. We're down here getting it done, enjoying the sunshine. Beautiful day down here. I showed you the storm clouds. I made some B-roll of the storm clouds. I'll film again as they get closer. We definitely have some rain on the way. I mean, you got to know we got to look at the forecast, guys, and stay on it. If you look at the weather app, it's on your phone, and it says 90% chance of rain, that could be at midnight. That could be 11 p.m. From 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., there's a 40% chance that 90% is even happening. So you really got to get dialed in and look at the weather. You got to be your own weatherman. You got to get out there, look at the clouds, see where you can go, and get out there, get on fish, and come back. And obviously safety is always paramount, so you want to be safe. And that's what the weather apps are for, Don't just use the app that came on your phone that tells you what the weather is and when it's going to rain for the next that 10-day forecast. You see, that's a bunch of bullshit, So you got to dial in and look at another app. I use North Tide. We use Windy. There's a whole bunch of them that I could recommend to you and use, which, we do that in the wintertime. If you don't have that on your phone by now, you missed half the season, so you're not dialed in on the weather. And that's not my fault, because in the wintertime on Bay Rats and Buoys, I share all the apps that we use, the Coast Guard, all the different apps that you should have to help you get dialed in and become a better boater. And, that's what's great about the fishing club, too, is everybody's trying to make everybody else better. We show them the gear that we use, and, it's important. It really is. Just getting them to de-hook the fish and send it back in the water, And there it goes. Away it goes. And that's it. That's fishing at the dock. You got to teach the young ones. I mean, he's caught sharks on the beach. He's catching striped bass. And here we are. We're checking to see what's here. So far, two porgies. That one wasn't exactly the biggest one. That was like 8 inches probably. And the one prior to that was definitely a keeper. here at the docks. So there's definitely some keeper porgy down at the docks if you want to take your kids down to the town dock with some clam and drop a high-low rig or a chicken rig down there, 2 small hooks on it, and put some clam on it, get it down. You're bound to catch a couple fish. It's that time of the year. I don't know about the snappers. I know somebody submitted a snapper on the fishing league. Holy shit, there's no bluefish. So for the bluefish, like this month, now we're going to change it up in August. That's this weekend. So I have a meeting with the committee to go over what we're going to do as far as change it up because originally we had July as bluefish, and we switched that up to wild card month, that you could submit 1 striped bass, 1 fluke, 1 black sea bass, 1 porgy, and 1 fluke, and those sizes, and a bluefish. So somebody did submit a very small bluefish. Interesting enough, might be the only one on the board. So that's it. Summertime, been busy. Oh man, this is late for me to get the episode done. I'm almost a week away. This is 12 days since we put one out, and that's how crazy the scheduling got. We're traveling around with the family and doing stuff, and the kids. Everybody's got busy schedules. I jumped into an extra hockey league, of course. I'm not on the ice enough, so I need to get back out for a second day of the week, which is it's in the evening time. It's nighttime, So instead of sitting on the couch watching TV or working on something on the computer, I'm jumping on the ice. So for me, it's just trying to get back in shape, lose some of the old barbecue that we're eating. And that's it. So head over to sandcitycharter.com. You can jump on the site and check out the fishing club. Click on the fishing club link. You can check that out. If you want to get out there and fish with me and Corey, we've been getting a ton of emails and a ton of people want to get out. We could do some bottom fishing. We can go look for the bass. Somebody asked if we can get on the blues, and I just laughed. I was like, yeah, okay. Good luck with that one. But as soon as they show up, we'll let you know. Hopefully they show up in time for the tournaments. But if you do want to get out and do some fishing with me and Corey, you can always head over to sandcitycharter.com and fill out the form on the contact page, and we will get back to you and figure out a date and time that works for your crew. We love customizing it to the best bite, good tide, good weather, all that fun stuff. So, and we stay in tune. We're easy to reschedule. We've had a couple people cancel and reschedule recently, And one was funny because they were supposed to go out on Sunday, and this is after me working into the wee hours of the morning, and they rescheduled because they went whale watching on Saturday, and the people in the crew that was supposed to come fishing on this boat Sunday got seasick whale watching. So, very rare that somebody's going to get seasick out in the Sound. That's a rarity. It is. It's very rare that happens. Is it possible? Absolutely. It all depends on the person and, what their tolerance is. However, it's usually not rough seas out there that we're going up and down and up and down and up and down all day. So that was odd, but it happens. And we're flexible with rescheduling. It happens. Life happens. We'll get out there and fish, catch some fish. So if you want to get out there, me and Corey, head over to sandcitycharter.com. Again, you got the fishing club. You could always join that and get involved. And episode 91, guys. It's nice and cool. The cloud cover came in. I'm feeling cool. It's not a ton of sun here. Clouds are coming. The storms are heading our way, so there's really not too much boat traffic out here. I see the parking lot in the marina is usually a telltale sign. It is empty. I think there's 2 trucks in the parking lot, including mine, maybe 3. And that's usually for good reason. So the rain, when it's forecast it's going to rain all day, that's what happens. Boop. But could you get out? You could have went out. You could have gone out today and fished for 2-3 hours and come back and beat the rain because here it comes. It's coming now. It'll be here in the next hour or so. It's heading from the west. And that's it, guys. Episode 92 will be next week. I will be here on the boat. Very excited about that. I'm going to try to get that done maybe this weekend. We do have a special guest coming into town, so that'll be exciting. If we could manage to sit down and do the podcast while we're out there fishing, we will try to do that. I'll bring the gear with us and set that up. So episode 92 will come out this weekend, guys. We're a few days behind. I do apologize because we do have a lot of loyal listeners that email us and love to get the show on time, and I apologize that scheduling conflicts got in the way. But here we are. We're back online, dialed in. Let's go. If you have any questions about fishing, you want to hit us up, shoot us a message, head over to sandcitycharter.com. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. We couldn't do it without you. Big things are happening. We'll keep you posted. Episode 91 in the books. Captain Gaige signing off, over and out.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bay Rats and Buoys. Be sure to visit sandcitycharter.com and follow Captain Gaige on all our social media channels.